This video is about how racially confused I am. So I'm not terribly clear on the difference between race and ethnicity, and I actually don't really know what either of them are. I once had a friend on Facebook ask me what race I am, and I really didn't know how to answer her question because I just kept saying I'm half Colombian. Or maybe she asked what ethnicity. I have no idea. But but she kept asking me, "Oh, what's your race? What's your ethnicity?" And I said, "Well, I'm half Colombian." And she said, "Well, that's not a race, that's not an ethnicity." And I was like, "What do you want from me?" So I was raised by a white mom. And I always put white on my census forms. And my dad actually didn't identify as black, but if you saw him, if I stuck him on this video right now, you would say that he was black because he looks black. Um, Further confusing things, my father actually once got some evidence that his side of the family is descended from the B'nai Anusim, which are a clan of Spanish Jews who fled the Inquisition and fled to Colombia. So yes, I am very confused about my race. And if anybody wants to explain to me what race is, I would like that. And I would like anybody, if anybody wanted to explain to me what ethnicity is, I would also appreciate that deeply. Now, that said, even though I really don't know what race or ethnicity are, I do know that there are things like black privilege, black privilege. What am I saying? Okay, let me try again. I know that there are things like white privilege and anti-black discrimination and anti-Asian discrimination. I'm not disputing any of that. I'm just not clear what race and ethnicity actually are. So, yeah. Um that's how I feel. So, since I actually did not have much to say on the subject of race, I am going to go straight to the subject of religion. So, I was raised Unitarian Universalist. I wasn't baptized, but I joined up when I was really young, maybe second grade. And I've always loved it. There has never been a second where I've regretted being raised UU. There has never been a second where I wished that I had been raised in some other faith. We had really good sexuality education. Um, they were always really open-minded people. They were loving to me always. I never got bullied by an adult in the UU church as a child. They encouraged me to be musical, like they had me sing solos a lot and be in the choir and play piano and things like that. Also, something that's great about UUism that you don't get in a lot of other religions is that there's not a lot of emphasis on sin. Um, in UUism, there's a lot of emphasis on, I guess, living your life well. And there's not a lot of emphasis on, ooh, you're a sinner, you're a sinner. And I wasn't really raised with the threat of hell. Um, they're mostly pretty LGBTQ friendly, so it's a good option if you're seeking an LGBTQ friendly church. Um, they did have that scandal with the UU World publishing a article on non-binary people without actually consulting any non-binary people, but just their friends and family. But other than that, they're a pretty good place for LGBTQ people. So overall, it was a really good way to grow up, and I have no regrets. Um, so my next video is going to talk about the intersection between being asexual, being kind of fat, and being confident. Um, so like, subscribe, toodles.